My first time ever public speaking, I'm going to tell you that right now. With that being said, I am a transgender woman, and I'm very proud of that fact. And I do obviously look around here, and I will tell you that while I appreciate a lot of those times, I myself, it does make me a little uncomfortable, because as a trans woman, it's sometimes nice that we don't make gender about organs, but we make it about hearts. We keep, not about organs, but about hearts. That's where the woman is, right here. Just remember that. So, I will tell you my story. I come from a small town, you can say. A town named Martin, Michigan. Probably none of you have ever heard of it. But the good news is, Martin did provide something good, and that was Andrew B., who was the person who captured the President of the Confederacy, was from Martin, Michigan. So I have that little bit of pride for my hometown. That's about the only pride I have for my hometown, because they are a bunch of racist, redneck, anti-LGBTQ assholes. With that being said, I would think that they had the best of intentions when I was growing up. I grew up in the 80s, 90s era, and it was not a good time to figure out that I was a transgender woman. Most all I knew about the LGBTQIA community was gay men and lesbians. That's really all you knew growing up, and unfortunately that tainted my view quite a bit as to not knowing who or what I was. I didn't understand. Why did I not fit in with the men? Why was I this sensitive little boy who just wanted nothing more than to play with the girls? But yet I was forced to play with the boys because I was a boy, evidently, because I had a penis. Imagine. No. So, I even did the right thing. At 20 years old, I got married. I wanted to have kids. I wanted, to be the perfect man, but deep inside, I was breaking. I was breaking every day, not understanding why did I want to be a woman, but yet I found myself attracted to women. That didn't make sense. Like, the only thing I knew about men who wore dresses and stuff like that were drag queens. It did not make sense. So I struggled, and once again, this is the 80s and 90s. You did not have the internet to help you. You couldn't look up and Google, why do I feel like this? But thankfully, we did eventually get the internet, and eventually I did make a few transgender friends. And eventually, my life started crumbling, and that was a great thing. And let me tell you why that was a great thing. Because at 35, my wife of 15 years tells me, I want a divorce. The next words are, well, I want to be a girl. That was the first time I ever said it out loud. I was 35 years old, and I finally admitted the truth. So, let me continue a little bit beyond the coming out story. I then decided to make the change at work. So I reached out to my employer and let them know that I wanted to be known as Jennifer from now on instead of dead name here. I'm not saying what it was, no. So I told my employer and I started living my life as a woman. Unfortunately, living in West Michigan, I got called all kinds of names by people. Got called the F word quite a few times by drive-by people. It was horrible. But the good news is, my employer had an opening in Orlando, and they allowed me to transfer to Orlando. I love Orlando. It is a great city, surrounded by Florida. But unfortunately, this was 2016, and then Donald Trump became president, and I was scared out of my mind. And I said, what am I going to do? Well, with $3,000 in my bank account and a shit ton more debt, I decided to sell all of my worldly possessions and I moved to Seattle. Evidently, I made it because I'm still here. So, thank you for hearing my coming out story. I do appreciate it. If you do not know any transgender people, please reach out. We are a big minority. If you look around here, there might be a handful of us. There's not that many of us. Please talk to your trans sisters and ask them, how can I help you? We need it. Thank you.